Hello, 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 and welcome on in. I hope you are having a good night or a good day, wherever it is you may be. Remember to stay hydrated, eat some food, get some rest when you need it, and take care of yourself the best that you can. We are, this Friday evening, back in Ace Attorney 3 Trials and Tribulations, continuing on episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, where we proved our client not guilty for the crime of theft. However, in the meantime, we did set him up as the prime suspect to a murder case. So now we're trying to investigate that and prove that he didn't do that either? Question mark? Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. Not guilty theft, guilty murder. You know, I think we count that as half credit, right? Half credit? Little credit? Kinda did the job. All we did was prove that he wasn't at the scene of the theft and was most likely at the scene of the murder. At the time of the murder. I don't see the problem. We're in the middle of the investigation. We're talking to our good friend, Larry Butts. So we're going to try to wrap up the investigation and then obviously go into the trial today and see how that goes. He's kind of a good friend. He's consistent. He's been there since our first case. If that's not a good friend, I don't know what. Good friend, acquaintance, kind of the same thing, right? Kind of the same thing. Look, all I'm saying is he's been there consistently, usually at the heart of the issue. Yeah, that's fair. The further the series goes, the less of a friend he feels like. It is a little bit. You know, it's everything's fine. Everything's fine. Well, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's what we're doing now. We're trying to gather clues to figure out what might have really happened. First game he saves the case, this case he causes it. Yeah, a little bit. But then in the Steel Samurai case, also in the first, not the Steel Samurai case, there was a Steel Samurai there. But in the Edgeworth case, in the first game, he kind of just did nothing. So he's really hit the whole spectrum. But let us see where we are and where we can go. And if we can figure out who murdered the freaking Bullard? I'm trying to remember. Hasn't been too long. Oh, that's true. He did prove the murder happened before Christmas. That's not nothing. Right, because, you know, before midnight doesn't mean midnight. Yeah. Anyway, let's all go say hi to Larry. Here's Larry. He's currently got some psyche locks that I don't think I have enough information to solve. What were they again? What are we looking at? I've seen all this stuff before. Oh, I just hit that again. I'm an idiot. That doesn't help me. I need to present the Magatama to him. Yeah, I don't think I have the information I need. Or are you working hard like you were supposed to? Yeah, I need... Oh, okay, I need proof that he snuck off. You have evidence that he didn't, and I don't have evidence. I don't think I have evidence yet. What is this about anyway? Oh, that's that one. Let me try presenting that to him. Hey Larry, there's something I want you to look at. Hey Nick, I told you I'm a pro and you don't interrupt a pro when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chat with you, all right? Oh, is that right? Oh, naturally I've got time for you though, Maya. We're gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get more information out of him, huh? It's the same thing? Yeah. Okay. This dang man ain't doing anything. Can I ask him about this person? Nope. Alright. Hey, what about your dead boss? No. Okay, great. Cool. Alrighty. I think we've done all I can here. I talked with everything here, right? Yeah. Can I actually go back to... Can I present you with something? Excuse me, but would you look at this? I'm sorry, I haven't the faintest idea. Because I just don't get out enough. What do I have? Okay, I didn't read this. So we went 100,000, 150,000, 240,000, 500,000. Okay. I know he doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it. Really? So when exactly does he put his mind to it? Well, not very often, I admit. But I'll never forget the first time we met as long as I live. Okay. Does she know anything about him? Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy. Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night. Naturally, I know that. He was a pretty sly man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. That was just so he could work him like a slave. Did Mr. DeLite ever have a problem with Mr. Bullard himself? If he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. Okay. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he? Huh? Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale, too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man are his lame pickup lines. What's even more sad is that a man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. True. Like he blew it again, huh? I mean, he did try to pick up a married woman, so like, okay. We got nothing else. Alright, where else can I move? Detention center? Nope. I think where I need to go. Well, there might be something here. Oh, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect? Now that they know he was actually Mask DeMasque, this must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, something smooth and hard. An urn. I don't know what else you would have you would think that is. Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed, Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he's a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. Wasn't he in charge of the Mask DeMasque investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, the murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." It's for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Okay, is there anything useful? Nope. I literally can't even look at anything. Okay, I don't know why they have me come here. Great. I can do nothing. I'm glad we had that little bit of conversation. Let's see if I can talk to anybody else. The Treasures of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. Maya. Okay, I understand. I'm saying, okay, yes, I came here myself. I'm just trying to figure out where I need to go. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer up somehow. Well, now we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure. Maybe we can label it the urn of Mask DeMasque's desires. That'll probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa. Whoa, whoa! That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Well, that was surprisingly easy. I mean, I can go to a lot of places, but I've already been to the CEO's office, and I've talked to Gumshoe about everything. Do I have to represent him something?
This was his first heist. I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was gonna get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness.
By witness, you mean the guard in this photo?
Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try to catch.
They worked together?
Mask DeMasque.
But he got away anyway, huh?
That guard. I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately.
No, okay.
Gotta feel sorry for him. Kind of a sad young guy.
Yeah, and he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely.
That's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully.
Weren't you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face? Come on, we don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone. Wait a second. That's not Larry, is it? Detective Gumshoe, what about this person?
Sorry, pal. To be honest, my head is so full right now, it feels like it's gonna burst.
Note to self, keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. I guess not. What else do I have to do here? So about this.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? He copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us.
So, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold.
It's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me.
Detective Gumshoe about this right here.
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I only got 1 brain.
I can see your eyes and ears, but the jury is still out on the brain thing. Hey Nick, if you have something to say, just come out and say it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's nothing. This is all the other stuff. That's not the thing. I wonder if some of these things are it. I did present the buzzer. Let's say hi to Larry real quick. Any of this mean anything to you? Nope. Alright, hold on a second. There's nothing. I can move back to the security room. There's still nothing. Let me see. Maybe I do have the evidence. Let's go. Let's go one last place. See if there's anything here at all that's worth anything. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews. What's she still hanging around down here for? How's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes! It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mask DeMasque's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. Okay, I can talk to her. Great. I mean, it's not entirely true. We almost had it if we hadn't chickened out and looked at the bag in his office. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring DeMasque to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You're just doing your job. Hey Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So when was it you hired Detective Atmey again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that DeMasque's calling card arrived? It was about 10 days ago? So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atmey must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so. I still don't think he was actually the thief that night. I think he is Mask DeMasque, but I don't think... What? So Mask DeMasque murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything's possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. To defeat the Huns? On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atmey? No, I couldn't have. After After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask DeMasque pretty well. I don't think that was Atmey, though. So glad that you got your sacred urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Well, why would I? Oh, we have Psyche locks now, too? Ah. It means the person that holds the secret of the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Okay. Let's save here, then. Let's see. The sacred urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today, it's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. Fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Oh, I don't have access to the urn. Well, let's try this and see. Well, Miss Andrews? See, look, it was a fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. No, okay. No, I don't have any... okay. I don't think I have enough evidence. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of save scum in there. I can't help more. Okay. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Looks like the treasure exhibit is the only thing she has on her mind. Is there anything else here? No. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part is shaped oddly and it's shocking pink. I don't see how the color of the paint is in any way important. I mean, it is, but like... This is the same thing? Yeah, okay. I was very proud of her box. We called it pathetic. And why would Atmey, I mean Mask DeMasque, allow that to happen? He wouldn't. Because it's not him. The thief, but that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atmey was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. It's like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm gonna take full responsibility and fix the sword myself. I know I don't look like it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I'll also fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Right. Right next to the door. Maybe he didn't like being watched. Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. Let's see the door to the actual store. See lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. But why not? Okay. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere. You don't know anything about this either, do you? The Treasure of Crane exhibit is my first job after last year's ordeal, and I really wanted it to be a success. I got an idea. Why don't you redo the whole poster? You could put something like, voted best treasure exhibit by Mask DeMasque. My Maya, that's a fantastic idea. Nope. Okay. That was flavor text. I'll take that red diamond you received. Hold on. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. But there was no red diamond. Hold on. A second. That... Didn't we talk about? Yeah, Tear of Emanon. But the Tear of Emanon was blue, not red. Which means the blackmailer doesn't actually know anything? Interesting. I'll try going to the detention center real quick. Nope. Can I present her with the blackmail letter? Do you know about this? Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. It looks like Miss DeLite doesn't know about it, which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Ah, I know what this is. It's one of the key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. No, okay. Anything new? No. Hey, Gumshoe. Have you seen this blackmail letter? I thought this blackmail letter.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. What would Kate Bullard have been blackmailing Ron DeLite anyway?
Well, Mr. DeLite used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed.
Well, in the middle of investigating that right now.
Oh, all right. Oh my gosh.
This is proof that Ron DeLite was here at the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and his keycard, huh?
His wallet and his keycard, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLite some more about these two things. Yeah, I would like to too. Okay. Nothing new. Alright, let's go down to the security room again. Is he just really not going to look at anything? Maybe I do. Still doesn't want to do this. Can I get him to talk about Desiree? No, he won't talk about anything. Maybe, all right, let's see if I do have something that I can do here. Oh, I should have saved first before I did that. Hold on, let me save. I should investigate and gather clues, but I don't have anything. I really don't. Alright, let's see. Night of the crime. On the night of the crime, you were working hard like you were supposed to. What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go to see Miss DeLite? That was it, and that's this. Any evidence I left my position, or I'm just pulling my chain, that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... Okay, this says it. Okay. I did have some of the evidence to break this. This is the key card to the CEO's office, right? Yeah, that's right. This key card was found inside a wallet. This wallet, you know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss DeLite just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that this still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. How do we know that? Is it the buzzer? Is it this? No, it's not this. Okay. Alright, let me see. Oh no, it's the same thing. Okay. Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. The keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that's supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. No. Alright. Let's talk. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, is that why you left the security guard office? Oh, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? How can I do what? He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick. I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to say about that. What is it, Nick? So that he seems to, I don't know, pleasant? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right! And just like my heart's connected to yours, Maya. Okay, now you need to stop, bud. You need to stop. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks. I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it, so that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Oh, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it wouldn't be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me, pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that. Oh! What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake. Huh? But how? I can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. At 1:02 a.m. All right. Interesting. Oh, jeezums. I'm really sorry, Nick. I swear I want to change my ways. But the thing is, I just don't have any interest in men. Oh boy. Larry, Larry's your stereotypical guy, all right? CEO of our company. He was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kinda noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grew up to be a CEO, I'd want to be just like him. So don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. Okay. Present this, maybe? I think you know how much I want to help you. You don't know anything about that? Okay. Nope, that's not. Nothing to do personal. See the appeal. I got it. Why don't we go visit one of those musty old temples next time? I could actually learn to like this new Larry. Yeah, but he still hasn't told us anything useful. So what about this? Huh? Maya, you shouldn't have a love letter for me. No, sorry, this is a blackmail letter. What? How do you know about that, Maya? Huh? How much is Alexis demanding this time? Huh? Who's this Alexis? Didn't we show him this letter yesterday, too? I'm pretty sure we did. You know anything about this? You don't know anything about that. Okay, cool. Alright, put this back to him. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. The only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting's a bit overrated, you know? What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Oh, the record? No, nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Alright. Let's go back to Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. You don't have anything for that? Okay. No, you have nothing. Nothing's changed yet. Okay. So there's still more somewhere. Have the buzzer. So now we know the buzzer did sound. Is there anything new in the sea? Can I talk to Gumshoe? No. When I presented the buzzer to him, he didn't respond either. Anything else here? Didn't have anything else. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Oh, that's the wallet I found. When you snuck out of work, you get socked in the kisser, right? I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If only had been responsible at work, I might have spotted the murder on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I close together. Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see the old water glass is half full, am I right? Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. So was this the card that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Your client had this card, right? And it's a no-brainer, he's the killer, man. Alright. Okay, this is this buzzer and heart thing. Like, we have this stuff here. Same thing. And the Desi is all one awesome lady, alright? It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time. A long time, huh? Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya. So we need to stop. I don't even think even he knows what he's saying anymore. Oh, who's this? Come on, man, don't hold out on me. Forget about it, you don't need to know and I'm not telling you. Hey now, I thought we were pals. I got a major thing for girls with black sleeveless shirts and glasses. How do you know that? And if they have an orange-colored memo pad, I'm really losing my cool. He has to be making that up. He can't really know Adrian, can he? Maybe something there. 25 now, it's about time I started giving some serious thought to my life. Good, that's the way to be. What exactly are you thinking about, though? Well, you know, my future, my dreams. Larry, when exactly does the future of yours start? A man's life begins at 30. That's my theory, anyway. Oh boy. Figure I got another 5 years of guilt-free screw-ups before I have to buckle down. Larry, I think... forget it. We're just not gonna have to have a... We're just gonna have to have a nice long talk next time. I know it's tough to tell, but I really am sorry about what happened. I've never seen Larry look so serious, I actually believe him. Yeah, he's like a totally different person. In that case, maybe you and I should get reacquainted. It went off once at 102. Table at the crime scene. Doesn't know anything else. We've looked at everything here. If I go to the CEO's office and I talk to Gumshoe, I've talked to everything about Gumshoe. Witness. Maybe he knows more. Maybe you can tell me more about the CEO. Tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard.
That's Gane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard. Pal.
Oh yeah, the victim in this case doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead.
Yeah, and his body was discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick, now is our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Oh, okay. Jeez, sometimes. Can you tell us more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sent security teams out to buildings and guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets during this kind of work.
Oh, and?
And I don't know who to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I just love money. Can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet.
Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. You do not need to be shiftier. Let me go already.
Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah, oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask DeMasque.
What, really? Ah, okay.
And after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive.
So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Now do you know who this is?
Kinda feel sorry for him.
No. With a giant goofy smile on your face. Come on, we don't have time to start. Leave it alone. Okay. We haven't done anything. We haven't advanced anything. Oh, nope. Okay. Finally. Finally, we can talk to him. Mr. Wright? Mr. DeLite, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. Mr. DeLite, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store. And a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron DeLite, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. DeLite, do you still insist that you are Mask DeMasque? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? How's the correct response? Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. DeLite. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KV Security at the time. So then the person dressed up as Mask DeMasque in this photo. It's gotta be Detective Atmey. No, I don't think it is. So that night you didn't go to Lordly Taylor? You went to KV Security, right? Yes, I went to KV Security at the time. The blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. It's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? Huh? Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam. Huh? Hold on a second. Hold on one gosh darn second. That looked like Atmey. So what was Atmey doing? And if that's the case, then who was at? Huh. So he stole the sword. But how? But who? But why? The plot, it thickens. It thickens. Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do... Because then half an hour. It took half an hour before he was able to report the crime to the police. Because it took half an hour for him to get back from KB security to there. Okay. I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. DeLite kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Mr. DeLite, is it true that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB security? How did you? I'm begging you. Please don't tell Desi, please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Oh, thank goodness. No, I am... Well, I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. So he became Mask DeMasque for Desiree, huh? Interesting. The buzzer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed. Oh, that's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mr. DeLite? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. I'm not surprised by how clueless he is anymore. This list, we found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard. Hey, this is a list of all the things Mask DeMasque stole! And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000. Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items? The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that. I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Yeah, exactly. Boy, that was a tough one. There's a lot of RGB in it. I think the colors have something to do with it. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Mask DeMasque, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Mask DeMasque costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. DeLite? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. I think I'm seeing where this is going. And I was indeed wrong. I'm pretty sure. Fairly sure. This is what's gonna be proved wrong here. Atmey isn't. I don't think Atmey is Mask DeMasque. I think he committed the murder and then decided he would pretend to be Mask DeMasque in order to be convicted of theft. But as you might expect, Detective Atmey found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atmey found the Mask DeMasque disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atmey got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now. Hey, calm down. Don't get me so worked up. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give it up. It went on to say, so in the end I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second, what do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? Yup. 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 Oh, there it goes. It's changed. What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one who planned the heists wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from a very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. DeLite is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. Yup, so Ron DeLite was Mask DeMasque after all. But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Did you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. DeLite, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. DeLite. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. DeLite at his word. Stigmaya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back! Hey, Pearl, so what have you been up to this whole time? Sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Crane Village to have it examined. And what did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew. That's a relief. I was really worried. Alright, well, we have one more place to go then. There's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Gotta find out how they got there, that's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we gotta find out how they got there. Okay, we'll find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. Okay. Well, then I think I know where we need to go. Let's see if she's here now. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you.
Hello there.
I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having this urn examined.
Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. Oh, I can't see. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. It's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. The box. It looks to me like this has been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. Oddly, and it's shocking pink.
Mr. Nick, could it be that its odd shape is...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it.
That's the box the sacred urn was in.
If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well.
Well, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick?
This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to that urn. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire exhibit.
The urn was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
It's untrue. It could be a fake.
A fake? So that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence? The urn itself. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined.
Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how.
What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again.
Did you say again?
Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too.
Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know?
Okay. No. Alright, let me try one more thing. If not, I'm not going to be able to recover my full health either, unfortunately. Nope. Okay. That's going to be a problem. I'm a little too low on health right now. Let me save this. It says organic, organize. Oh, here it is. Word, burger, spaghetti. Ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere. We have. What the fudge? Okay, let me see what else I can present then. I sent you about the paint. No, it's all over the wall. Oh, look at that. It looks like the paint all right. Isn't that funny? I never noticed that before. That has to be the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Beginning to get very frustrated.
Uh-oh, I'd better do something to calm them down and fast. A magnificent box. You're not going to throw us off the trail with flattery. I want to know about the paint on this box. Well, I'm sure I don't know anything about that. Why in the fudge can't I find it? But it wasn't any of these things. See, we got our sacred urn back. That's really wonderful, but we're not entirely convinced it's the same urn. We want you to cooperate with us. I don't know what it is, though, is the problem. I tried all three of them. This is this part. Oh. Statue was moved. You know anything about that, huh?
No, it certainly wasn't me that moved it.
Does that have something to do with it? This is unfortunate because I don't know what it is. Do you know that how do you know that it happened recently? Can't talk about anything else. Okay, let me try this again. Anything in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. Oh, maybe I need to actually... Hold on. Before I do this. Well, let's do this real quick. Again. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? How do I know it was broken recently? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This poster was made recently, right? Poster? The poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed.
I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that.
I wasn't even there when the phone... I wasn't even there when it was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth.
Oh, wait.
Poor?
Even if the urn was broken, it had nothing to do with it, huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened.
But she's not going to give up that last psyche lock so easily. The urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor. Do I? The paint? Yeah, it's the paint. Well, Miss Andrews,
What is this supposed to mean?
there's pink paint all over this urn. And there's pink paint all over the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. In other words, this urn was broken here. Yeah, okay. Can't reason out of this one, Miss Andrews.
But...
Uh-oh, she's trying to make her escape. But you can get pink paint anywhere. There's none in my office, that's for sure. Well, there is in my room. Liar. Anyway, the paint on the urn and the paint on the floor, there's no proof that it's the same paint. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Proof linking the paint on the urn to the paint on the floor is... this box. The urn was stored in this, right? Yes, that's right. Well, there's pink paint on the box as well. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. The paint on the floor has an odd shape imprinted it, doesn't it? Yes. If you put the box into the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that's when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. So sorry, I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly?
No, not at all. I know just how she feels.
It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. Then I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. Oh, jeez. The box I was carrying crashed onto the ground. I heard a terrible noise and thought my heart was gonna stop. Being the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. And I uttered a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Crane Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami.
Any sane person? Really?
Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Sacred Urn updated. But there's something I don't get. When I first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. Yami face statue? Aha! First time that we came down here was on the night that the Sacred Urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick,
There were no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. And that's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense.
But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, Pearl?
The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At the time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again?
Well, then who was it? Who would have done it? And why? That I don't know. The day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. And the next day it was moved, but why? It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Well, why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Ron DeLite, was at KB Security. So then why did another Mask DeMasque show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. I think there's 3 people involved here. All right. Let's see if we can get through the trial. Well, maybe not, because it's part 4-1. But we'll see how long it goes and how long it takes.
Hey, Nick.
What is it this time?
You don't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmey's trial today.
Detective Atmey?
They say they're gonna try him as Mask DeMasque.
Already? That was fast.
Oh, I'd love to see Mask DeMasque's trial.
I know.
By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me. Huh? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. DeLite, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean
you're the murderer?
No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor.
Well, they can't if they're a bad thief. Now let's see, according to Mr. DeLite, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. Could have been Atmey. I wonder if it was Bullard himself.
Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock.
Well, how come? Let's just take our time like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option. Courtroom number 6.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron DeLite.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot.
Oh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again.
Ron DeLite is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I really have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your work. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case.
The judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change.
Victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body is found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. The first one is always the best. And Mr. Godot, your witness. Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLite, has to say for himself. Defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
Remember when Mia was defending me? I remember she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. DeLite to testify.
Huh. You've got guts, try it. Alright then, Mr. Ron DeLite, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you?
Yes. What? No, that's not true.
Remember there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. DeLite already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? You didn't kill Bullard. Why did you go to KB Security?
Well, it's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
My visit to KB Security.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
Yeah, exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
You'd never know that from the way he's chugging it down.
Alright, your cross-examination, if you please.
Well, there's one part. I want to see Mr. Bullard in the office. But why Mr. Bullard specifically? 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit...
1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. What are we together? Did it, though. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. It just says come to KB Security. Let me see if I can do this. It ordered you there?
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've got another blackmail letter set?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this, or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. DeLite? Please don't say any more.
Now what should I do? Let's press harder, actually. So what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. It didn't scare me, it wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Why? And just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
Blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole Mask DeMasque thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me.
You didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. And that's why Mr. DeLite didn't believe he was Mask DeMasque. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
Interesting. You used to be security chief for KB Security, right?
Security chief, you?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Mr. DeLite, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well...
The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
Okay, then I take it.
Brilliant. Let's answer the question.
I needed money.
Needed money?
Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company.
Come again?
KB Security has a lot of security info of all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief...
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
What? I wish I had never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you mean that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. I'm gonna take the jaws of life to rip the case from the clutches of disaster. Desi doesn't know about that. I'm not sure that's true. Okay. Let me save here real quick. Yeah. I'm trying to present something here and see if I get something. Oh, it could be that too. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Nope, it's not, clearly. Hold on. Let me see if this is the right answer. Nope. Okay. So that's not it. Didn't scare me. It wasn't gonna cause me trouble or anything.
Objection!
I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore.
Oh. Oh. What do you mean?
The victim had no proof the defendant was Mask DeMasque. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier.
But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Ah, even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. He would. Mr. DeLite, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Right. What are you trying to do by bullying your own client?
Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow.
That's exactly right.
Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo.
A lawyer amigo.
Yes, no, come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. DeLite want to keep his data stealing secret from going public?
Mr. DeLite, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret.
Certain person?
Miss Desiree DeLite, the defendant's wife.
What, but I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's...
It's like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Godot.
Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. DeLite stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
No, everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry.
It seems we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes.
Clearly there was a sufficient
Motive for murder. He stole data from his wife and he killed to protect his secret. Probably might have cared just a little too much. Motive is clear. Let's move on.
Ugh.
What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. DeLite? Come now, tell us. We're all ears.
At the CEO's office.
When I entered the office,
There was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, if I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead.
I see. Something hit on the forehead, huh? Only the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. Said that Mask DeMasque struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since Atmey turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie.
No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
what are you saying? I really was attacked.
Find out if that you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend.
You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. I believe in you, little buddy. That, could you please clarify what you're referring to?
Why, my Mask DeMasque costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. Mask DeMasque.
Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask DeMasque. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What?
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind?
No. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly.
At any rate,
We can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
if I hadn't been wearing my Mask DeMasque costume. Why were you dressed up as Mask DeMasque?
Why? Because I'm Mask DeMasque, of course.
What are you talking about? Mask DeMasque trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask DeMasque issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected.
A lot longer? What's he talking about? What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
Where was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable. Why, just why? What reason could you have? What are you thinking?
question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. DeLite hid the body because he's the murderer?
Huh. So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Right, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, show your evidence to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, looks like the storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge.
I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer.
That's not exactly what I meant.
When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find this corpse, they'll think I did it.
Huh. I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes?
What is it, Nick?
Just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it.
Okay. I heard this from Mr. DeLite yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in this testimony either.
I bet she's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised, we'll just have to draw it out of him. Just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Hold on. What's in his testimony? Yeah, it's the buzzer. Okay. Gotta go all the way down. Yeah. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
What might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. When the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
Word.
If Mr. Ron DeLite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading this way.
Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. You probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building.
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about it.
But, as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. It wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. DeLite could have known. What a way to bring in Larry's entire saga into the official court record.
Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. DeLite didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's hear your theory.
Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. DeLite said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Conscious? So he fainted?
That's why Mr. DeLite didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what are you trying to say?
Mr. DeLite was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it would only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was that knocked out Ron DeLite and then pressed the buzzer.
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is... This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron DeLite is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
The one who pressed the buzzer? Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I think I can prove it. The defendant's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Oh, is it the lack of fingerprints? I believe this piece of incontrovertible evidence you are looking for.
The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it?
Well, it's actually what's not there. Absolutely not.
Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Ron DeLite obviously wiped them off.
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button. I know he did.
The defendant, Mr. DeLite, was dressed as Mask DeMasque. and Mask DeMasque always wears gloves. The reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of his fingerprints?
Order. It would seem I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer?
To frame him.
Didn't they run away without putting themselves in extra danger?
Come on, Phoenix.
What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. Mr. DeLite just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. DeLite and sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed,
Security was supposed to respond. Yup. You can put this together.
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Say what you have to say.
very well then.
Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
To call the security guard. And the killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
You mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Huh, what a touching story. They're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, was already dead. The defendant, Ron DeLite, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron DeLite.
And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron DeLite for the murder.
Order.
It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was that third? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Mask DeMasque, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is...
We're gonna drag that person in here right now.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. DeLite's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron DeLite for the murder of Kane Bullard?
It was, of course, Luke Atmey. Detective Luke Atmey. He's the only one who could have done it.
Ace detective?
Luke Atmey?
You mean Mask DeMasque did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask DeMasque at all. He is in actuality the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime?
And not even close. Murder is a more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atmey confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course. Famous detective was unmasked as well. As Mask DeMasque.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
Found guilty.
Mask DeMasque had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. Yeah? He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask DeMasque was Luke Atmey's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
Guilty verdict. As an alibi.
Indeed.
You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atmey's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. We're going to stop this trial and stall that one. We need to do it now. Of course, let's assume that you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Cheerios.
Luke Atmey's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his crime, Mr. DeLite would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Are you really sure about this?
Huh. And that's only good when your life's at the ante.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. DeLite. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess.
Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I decided as well. Court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atmey to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy. Oh, this is courtroom number 5. Oh, our friend.
Well, Sir Detective Atmey? I have to say, Mr. Payne, you have performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atmey, you were the one who...
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atmey.
A different judge. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please.
Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this hoser, eh?
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atmey.
Accusation? You accuse Mask DeMasque?
That man is not Mask DeMasque. He's just a ruthless murderer.
Right.
We continued. Let's see if I can get... I'm gonna try to get through this trial, get through this case. Should be the final part of the trial here, so. For the first time in 3 games, we saw a different judge. It would have been funny if it was like a Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny type situation from like Pokemon, and it was the same judge but different.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So
then she's still alive inside your heart? Nicky boy. Oh, Miss DeLite. Is it true that Detective's the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? No, not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Gotta get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Indeed.
Now then, the court is back in session. Luke Atmey, please take the stand.
Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask DeMasque.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atmey has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here.
Been in the defendant's seen all day long, correct? Been tried as Mask DeMasque.
Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example.
Oh. Red diamond ring that you were recently awarded. The blackmail letter wasn't for you. Oh, it was. It was for you. I see. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask DeMasque?
Of course.
Very well then, Luke Atmey. Let's begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time?
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Atmey. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. I was stealing the urn as Mask DeMasque, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no word. But in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask DeMasque was the same time as the murder.
Seems the main point of discussion would be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now was all a part of his plan. Unless he took it at a different day. There is no date attached to it. There has to be a secret of this picture as well. Yeah.
Even the great Mask DeMasque cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. The alibi. Alright, let's see what we can find here.
I was stealing the urn as Mask DeMasque, just as I announced I would.
So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
This is why I'm called Mask DeMasque.
But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is.
What do you mean? Huh. Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atmey? That it can be an accomplice dressed up as Mask DeMasque to create an alibi?
Oh ho, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
This is an interesting one. I think he did have an accomplice, but I don't know if I have the information yet. Luke Atmey was at KB Security during the murder. The Mask DeMasque in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly. You had an accomplice.
Now remember, you've said that, Mr. Trite, because there's no going back. You're making baseless claims. I'll treat you to a penalty myself.
The penalty is probably boiling hot, too.
Who is it, Mr. Trite? Who is the accomplice?
Can I jump in logic of who I think the accomplice was? It was this person. No, so that means it can't be right.
Huh. That's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice?
Well, but the aura that this person has around them is...
Trying to judge someone by their aura? You're right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. Wright.
Okay. I jumped the gun on that one. I did. It's a pathetically easy job. In what way? See if we can tease some more information out. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. It was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. Really are evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am.
Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. It is. No worries, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. It is interesting, isn't it? So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct?
Indeed it is, that is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime.
The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that.
Indeed. Turns out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. Sad, blue melancholy.
Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. The time at which the camera captured Mask DeMasque was the same time as the murder. Well, that's not true. The question is, are we gonna quibble?
Oh, come on now, all of this is clear to your thinking. You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Fortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Is it?
I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. If this alibi is false, it has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. I'm not really spotting anything unusual. Either the Mask DeMasque in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Okay, I see. photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turns out to be my witness. Let's see. Maybe the wrong one. Let's try the other one. It's not it. Interesting. Well, this we know isn't true. No, that's not it either. What am I thinking? I know that in this case, one turned out to be my witness. How much the camera captured was the same time as the murder. Now do I present the picture? Let's try one more thing here. Was this one? Okay, maybe I am. Maybe, hold on. Maybe I am. Maybe I just chose the wrong person. So I'm gonna wear a mask. That's why I'm called Mask DeMasque.
Objection!
Yes. Okay. I think I just put the wrong person. I think I'm getting ahead of. I'm putting the cart before the horses a little bit here. I think is what's happening. You had an accomplice. Who was the accomplice? Right? Ah, am I still wrong? Gosh darn, dude. It's quite the prank. Oh, I do actually, though. Gosh darn it. I'm putting the cart before the horses, but I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, maybe I can... Hold on. Do I have to do... Hold on. Do I have to do a person, or can I do a piece of evidence and do the testimony?
Objection!
No, it still doesn't work. One was turned. Can I do anything else here? This photograph, the very thing that proves. No way I could have tampered with it. I could not have killed unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. Oh, okay. I did have to do this again. Alright. The basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? There is. Okay. Are you implying that this picture is a...
Are you implying this picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. Took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Well, then let's hear what you have to say.
What about this photograph do you find funny? It's the paint. Okay. The funny part is right here.
Why, this is a blood stain. Our blood in this case is getting interesting.
Not exactly. The stain's actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. Paint's coloring than that.
From blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Oh, that's why he came back and pushed it. That's why he came back and pushed it. Pushed it out of the way.
That's right. It's supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains.
Listen. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. And that's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If the picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
When I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
Huh. In that case, can you prove it? You give us the rhyme and reason as to why the statue was moved that night.
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, are you prepared with your answer?
Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Who was the one is Luke Atmey. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions.
Right, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
I have a reason. I have logic for this. It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins.
Mr. Wright, the reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Mask DeMasque to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film in a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue.
Single fatal flaw.
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us.
Just where in this picture does this lie exist? Oh my gosh.
As the Yiddish proverb goes, a half-truth is a whole lie.
Is it the time then? see if we can figure it out. Is it the time then? I swear if I wasn't quite close enough to the freaking paint, I'm gonna lose my mind. Statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue.
Single pane of law. Theory, please enlighten us.
This lie exists. Is it the time then? It is the time. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security to murder Kane Bullard. And therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be at Lordly Taylor at this time.
What does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door?
Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took his picture days before the murder took place.
What the?
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in the photo.
Order, Mr. Atmey, is this true?
One moment, Your Honor. Have you ever forgotten this?
What's that?
The data from the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
It's true that the camera has been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. True. It was his program.
Order, Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop.
However, the defense is a very good point.
A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he got his points mixed up with his other points.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Which is?
That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's very true.
No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. DeMasque,
Yes?
there's no funny business in your actions as Mask DeMasque. There should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it.
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn.
I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Savali. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Then I handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Yes, you sure there are no mistakes this time?
Zvadi.
Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I first received a request from Lord Retail about 20 days ago. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh? Interesting new tidbit. Hence I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atmey, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I think it was an extremely valuable treasure.
It wasn't, though. You mean this calling card?
That's right. That's it without a doubt. My calling card. I guess Mr. DeLite didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atmey knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m.
And this is the photo that proves that, huh?
Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atmey might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. We can prove that he's lying there. We can wrap this up and put a bow on it. You can take a good hard look at the court record. He had never seen the urn. Not a lot to go on, is there? He's been covering his tracks. The one thing we need to prove is cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
Alright then, how do we do that?
One thing that Atmey stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
We need to prove that he was lying.
How do we know? Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago. It's been placed in this box and kept out of sight. Is it this one? Maybe. Maybe it's this? Because how would he have known? We haven't established his accomplice yet. That'll be used at some point. How do we know he had seen it before? I mean, I guess it's this, that he would have seen a picture of the urn, maybe? Right, let me save real quick here. Then sent to the warehouse. To the day of the crime. Nope. Let me see if I can go. How does he know it was placed in a box, though? And even me. What, you weren't let into the storeroom. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, Luke Atmey let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. You mean this column? That's right. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Can I see what the card says? Oh my gosh. I can. By coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your treasures of craniums, take good care of the speckled urn. Oh, because it does say speckled. Yeah. Okay. But I figured there's something. There we go. Mr. Atmey, if you really are Mask DeMasque, and you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask DeMasque had written. Take good care of that speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there's no way that Mask DeMasque could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? The pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor.
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water.
Ernest, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Alright, that did it. He's broken.
Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh?
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. What can you say?
Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask DeMasque, and now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point.
No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor.
You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Kate Bullard. Let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Nicky's getting his second wind.
You prepared an alibi and bring this crime on Ron DeLite, as you say. You must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron DeLite. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
That a motive is nearly impossible to prove guilty in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were.
It's blackmail.
I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for murder.
I, Luke Atmey, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask DeMasque and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLite. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLite for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask DeMasque. That is why Mr. DeLite saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard, truly a tragedy.
Kane Bullard blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. And handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What? It wasn't sent to him, though. This is the classic thing of, I know what the hole is. I know what the answer is, but I don't know how to get there. Had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. I wonder if that's the part that's not true. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmey and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected to their work. They were both involved in security. Nope. I was blunt.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. DeLite.
He simply mistook who he was. Mistook?
That's right, mistook. In the Old Norse, mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
So what did the victim mistake Mr. Mask to be?
Well, the answer is obvious. Ron DeLite, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug face off this guy's face. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask DeMasque?
Don't you already know that? Zvari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the fiend.
Oh, that's a famous Terry Remendon, a magnificent duel.
That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant.
The defendant?
The victim clearly misread the article, and Svari, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask DeMasque.
I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction. Oh, this is the one where I think this is not true. You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It's been $50,000.
And handwriting is without a doubt the victim's.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. I don't see an address C on this letter anywhere.
An address C?
This letter was discovered in Ron DeLite's apartment. Mr. DeLite did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no address C is irrelevant.
I wonder. What's up, Nick? Just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. DeLite? Oh, do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling. There requires something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
No, I'm not. Except it's not. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron DeLite, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
You're one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Need time to man up, Mr. Wrights. Just the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Huh. A 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even face me.
I think you mean 1-2 punch.
Right. I think things through a little more before finding fault with others.
No, that was right, though. Okay, hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, let's go through this again. Okay, let's say from here. Show us the contradicting evidence in the blackmail letter. No, but I can't do it. It's the ring! Well, he's not wearing the ring in that one. No, that's not it either. Once again, I know what it is. A letter. Nope. I can do this. I just need to. Contradicting evidence is this. On his testimony. I really don't know what this is supposed to be. So it wasn't that. It's not that. It's... Nope, it is. Yep. How did I know that this is what it was going to be? This is so stupid, by the way. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel.
What about it?
The problem is this jewel's color. That's what they're going with. Okay, going the longer roundabout way.
Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself.
According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day.
Red?
Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Emanon. That Mask DeMasque stole it all. He hadn't really said that that jewel was.
And your point is, Mr. Trite, that you are trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That is what you're trying to say, right? Trite. This is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing. There we go. We're so close. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmey. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Mask DeMasque case, and in the last case you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward.
A jewel?
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. The red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you.
Order in the court. What did I say?
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Uh-oh. I like the way he said that.
Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey? Are you for real?
Yes, I am. Hey, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. You don't want your identity revealed to the world.
Yes, it certainly does.
Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Atmey killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. Sure is. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted so desperately to keep secret was his identity as a blackmailer. Luke Atmey was a blackmailer.
Objection!
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Ron DeLite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean Ron DeLite was actually Mask DeMasque.
That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. DeLite steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey. Silence. Now I see. It's all become clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atmey, was blackmailing Ron DeLite. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask DeMasque. Well, yes. Ron DeLite started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron DeLite was Mask DeMasque? I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you on Ron DeLite in his guard uniform. Seems that Mask DeMasque didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct, with tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. And that's when you learned that under his mask, Mask DeMasque was really Ron DeLite. What the? Wasn't it supposed to be Mask DeMasque? Only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it, he was just a slimy blackmailer. The frog trying to pass himself off as an ace detective.
Why, you... How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Mask DeMasque. Why, can't you understand that?
I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why, you... How dare you? Why not? You always... Big mouth of yours, you're all fools, I say. None of you compared to my genius! You cannot handle blackmail, murder, threats. It's enough to make one laugh.
It seemed very likely.
It seems we very likely arrived at the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey.
Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey.
Oh, jeezums.
The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trout.
What do you...
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. And that's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way.
Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright.
This is it. This is the final round. Got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night.
But can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trout. I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atmey was at KB's security and the defense... Can we prove it or can we not prove it? Can prove it. The defense can prove it with evidence.
Are you sure? Huh. Don't you worry. I'll watch over you. As you break down and fall to pieces. Very well then, let's see this proof. Proof that Luke Atmey was at KB security that night.
Buzzer. Buzzer went off at once. Found... And security guard office. There are no fingerprints on it. I have to do something. I just don't know. Maybe the answer is I can't prove it. Oh, I don't know, man. It's not the proof.
Very important. However, I'm not so foolish as to think that would pass for evidence here.
Let me see what happens if I say that I can't prove it. I can't prove it.
Neither it.
But if I hear more of Detective Atmey's testimony,
Unfortunately, not as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
what do you mean?
I would allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after he interrupted his own trial. You have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Mask DeMasque.
No.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ace detective as well as Mask DeMasque. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron DeLite will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
Order in the court. Instead of deliberation over this witness.
I'll need this at this rate. Ron is...
Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then it'll be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
Defendant be tried and found innocent in court. Defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. The fundamental rule of all courts. And applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Not true in the real court of law, by the way.
Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Mask DeMasque, which means to be innocent as far as the murder of Kate Bullard is concerned.
No way.
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kate Bullard's murderer.
What? Is that actually the end? Is that game over? No, I think you had to do this. There's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free.
You have cross-examined every statement this witness has made here today.
This is just a very long fail state if it's a fail state. It's just a very, very long fail state.
As long as there's no more testimony, I forgot I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are any objections?
Of course there's an objection. It could just be a very cinematic fail state.
I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey.
I think I see it.
Your Honor?
When you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How to do?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets.
Mia.
That voice. No way.
Yup.
Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the crane channeling technique. I know that's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. Testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, it's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Mask DeMasque. My verdict would verify that, just as Ron DeLite will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with all the force of my ace detectiveness.
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
There's something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Ah, nothing.
Sir Lawyer, it looks like you've one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to be looked at...
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear his last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot, what are you...
Very well then, Mr. Luke Atmey, I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer.
Please give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLite. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLite was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit, which is why he left no prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zvahari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
There's a lot of stuff there, jeez.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well.
His earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All his points have been explained and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course.
How did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I'll not allow any of your unusual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance.
It seems that the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix, there's any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. You can't point out a case-breaking contradiction. You lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction in his testimony. Getting a little closer to this. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do to find the country mark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance.
Alright.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
The last testimony.
It is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about a vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. A brilliant deduction was informed me that the true culprit, and thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there.
Is it that? How would he know about the keycard and wallet?
I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. But how does he know the buzzer only sounded once? The one did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints on the sound, which means the killer sounded it.
Mr. Knight was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit, which is why he left no prints. How did he know that? That's gotta be it. How would you know? How could he have known? Right, because there's been no picture. There hasn't even been any testimony. Well, there was some testimony earlier, but he wasn't here for that. He wasn't read the court record. Please be this one. Mr. Atmey, about this last remark.
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? The bun did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. DeLite was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry? Whatever do you mean?
For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn that fact? That Ron DeLite was dressed as Mask DeMasque when he went to the scene of the crime?
It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth comp was looking at me with a cold stare.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There's no way that you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask DeMasque. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well,
Come on. This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. DeLite was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out.
Only one way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. DeLite's testimony.
when I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Mr. DeLite never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey.
It's with that statement, then I'll turn his case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. DeLite saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron DeLite.
Impossible.
Dun dun dun. Detective Atmey, you saw Mask DeMasque at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron DeLite. It was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Is he okay? Is he okay? Why is he crowing?
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
That's the same line you gave yesterday.
I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time.
Terribly complicated incident. He bullied was blackmailing Luke Atmey, who was in turn blackmailing Ron DeLite. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atmey tried to frame Ron DeLite, and claimed to be guilty as Mask DeMasque in order to escape his true crime.
And to that end, he came up with this plan. He used the double jeopardy rule in making his alibi.
At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Excuse me?
Came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer.
Don't ignore me!
Oh, I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict.
I know, never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask DeMasque.
Huh?
So, thanks to the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? He was declared innocent. He was found not guilty. Although, technically speaking, again, this game is going to be weird. It would mean he couldn't be tried for the crime of stealing the urn, which he indeed didn't do, but he could still be tried for stealing the other things. What was it you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it,
I've been careless.
Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. The defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Mask DeMasque is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now.
now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty.
Boy, this really is lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask DeMasque after all. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to her mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Mr. Wright? I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. DeLite. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this has happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Mask DeMasque to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Mask DeMasque. I did it all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure, so that's why you became Mask DeMasque? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? It'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh? Oh no. I'm gonna get it wrong, man. Oh, can I show the urn? The sacred urn? Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She always believed in you, Ron. And that's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss DeLite,
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. Never imagined that you were really Mask DeMasque either. Miss DeLite, what are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How can I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals?
All of a sudden, Ron is trapped in this marriage with her.
Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. Why Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man.
Well, technically speaking, okay. All right. We'll just let that go.
I love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy?
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
Oh, well, take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations!
Talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife, in front of Mystic Maya. No. I'll never forgive you. Never, ever.
Getting beat up by a 9-year-old child. Okay. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look.
Oh, it's so cute.
Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, the end. Recipe for turnabout. Does that man have a scouter on his face? You figuring out power levels? And why do I look like a freaking... Why does that look like Phoenix is a mob boss? Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. Yes, we will save my progress. All right, and with that, that is where we'll call it for the night. It is late. I started late. This is what I deserve for doing so. But we got through that. Very fun case. First real case after the introductory case. Very good, very fun. Some twists and turns. I was both right and wrong of Luke Atmey being Mask DeMasque. He was Mask DeMasque in a way, because he was blackmailing and getting Mask DeMasque to commit crimes. And he had a costume as well. So, you know, it's kind of all there. But with that, I will say goodnight. Be back tomorrow night, Saturday. I think we're gonna do a little bit more Clair Obscure now that we finished this case. So we'll do, I think Saturday and Monday will be Clair Obscure, and then we'll do something. We'll either start the next case here, or maybe I'm thinking about maybe starting Frog Detective, the Frog Detective series, a little bit. Those are fun little games, so I might try those. And I think they're a little shorter too. Before coming back to Ace Attorney. But with that, please, thank you for tuning in, whether here or here on Twitch or later on YouTube, watching the VOD. Thank you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful night or a wonderful day wherever it is that you are. Remember to stay hydrated. Remember to get some rest when you need it. Eat some food. And take care of yourself the best that you can, because it's all that we can ask for. So with that, please a good night, and bye-bye.